The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Missouri Sports Network. It is time for Where Are They Now Wednesday, Season 2, Episode 1971. Overall, we're midway through August. The high school and colleges fall sports have begun practicing. They're moving into dorms, and they are drinking a lot of water, we hope. But we're certainly glad that you tuned in. And, hey, do us a favor. You don't have to tell two friends, but tell one friend. Hey, go to our Facebook page and like us. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, and you'll be the smartest fan in the stands. And here we're right around the corner from high school football. Jamborees are coming up at the end of next week, and week one starts on Thursday, August the 28th, and there are a handful of games on that Thursday night and games on Friday as well. Got to sit down and have lunch today with a referee who's got games on Thursday and Friday and Saturday of next week. But, hey, a reminder that you're watching the original Where Are They Now Wednesday. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports. And, hey, don't be fooled by the Johnny-come-latelys who are Johnny up and gones. They are no longer with us. They do not try and copy us because they can't. Missouri Sports Network and Playing on Sports are your sources for what Missouri high school talent does, not only when they're in high school, but when they get to the national stage of the NCAA. No one has more information for you than we do. We appreciate your attention and loyalty. And again, do us a favor, spread it around. Pass this on to your friends and family. Hit the like button, notification button, and send us any comments that you may have. We really appreciate you. You can email us at MissouriSportsNetwork@gmail.com or at playingonsports@gmail.com there with Kent Mueller. Are you ready? I'm ready. Kent, are you ready? You're always ready. Tell us a little bit about what's coming up here and what we talked about last week.
All right. Now, as you mentioned, we're approaching the midpoint of August. Every fall team has started practice. The games will be starting soon. It all goes by so fast. And this time of the year is a great time to ask that age-old question, where are they now? We assemble lists for many sports that contain data on all of Missouri high school graduates who are competing in the NCAA. These rosters aren't available until the season nears. Then the very busy sports information directors publish their rosters, sometimes in preliminary form. Eventually, they become final. The Division I rosters are the first to firm up, and there are 369 colleges and universities that compete in Division I. Much of that information is now available. Because it is available, we have it here for you. So, where are they now? There are thousands. So let's narrow it down a bit. In the last few weeks, we have been delivering to you Missouri high school grads who will be on a Missouri-based Division I team. We focused on volleyball first because those rosters are the first available. We have also covered many soccer players, both men and women. Today, we will focus on soccer players who will be competing at a Division I school outside of Missouri. They play at schools coast to coast, and we will narrow it even further to freshmen. These are the athletes who barely 3 months ago were celebrating their high school graduation. They aren't there anymore, and that begs the question, where are they now? We will answer that question and more starting right after these words from our sponsors.
Things are a little tight for Terrence right now. But they won't be for long, because Central Bank makes it easier for customers like Terrence to dream bigger.
More room would be nice.
With mortgage solutions that can open the door to more space.
That's what I'm talking about.
For his growing family.
Growing family?
Honey, guess what?
You got this, buddy.
Hey, welcome back to Where Are They Now Wednesdays here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, who remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Kent Mueller alongside our guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller. We're starting with men's soccer. Tell us a little bit about what's happening and where folks are. Where are they now?
Well, we're looking at outside of Missouri, Division I freshman. There's Andon Ellis. He's a freshman defender out of Christian Brothers. He's at Southern Methodist University, which is in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Andon enters his collegiate career where the Ponies are fresh off of a 12-3-6 season in their first season in the Atlantic Coast Conference, not losing out until the third round of the postseason tournament. He will be one of 8 in the defenders room and one of 2 freshmen. Sam Leonard is a freshman forward out of Clayton High. He's now at Creighton University in the Big East Conference. The Blue Jays returned following a 9-6-3 season last fall. Their season ended in the Big East Conference championship game against number 24 Georgetown. There could be nice opportunity here for the former Greyhound, as he is the only freshman in the 5-man forward room. His experience of leading his senior season team to a Class II state championship will be useful to the Blue Jays. Brady Smith is a freshman defender out of DeSmet. He's at Bellarmine University in the Atlantic Sun Conference. Last year, the Knights were playing their second year in Division I after transitioning from Division II. They ended last season with a 5-6-5 record. As with all newer programs, opportunity abounds for new members to the roster. That's a good situation for Brady, who was Missouri's Class 4 Defensive Player of the Year last season. Brady led his high school team to the state championship game. We will see what happens this year in Louisville. Bellarmine has 12 players in his defenders room. Brady is one of 3 true freshmen. We will keep you updated on Brady during the season. Nick Bishop is a freshman goalkeeper out of DeSmet. He's now at the University of Pittsburgh in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Pittsburgh was 14-6 a year ago, going 6-2 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Their starting goalie is no longer in the program. There is a junior who started 5 of the 20 games a year ago. Nick will be competing for time in goal with that goalie, plus a sophomore who did not see the field last year. Drew Heller is a freshman goalkeeper out of Jefferson City. He's now at Western Illinois University, which is in the Summit League. The Leathernecks are looking to improve upon their 8-11-1 record in 2024, which included an Ohio Valley Conference record of 3 wins and 7 losses. Early playing time for Drew could be available. The only other goalie is a senior who started 15 of the 20 matches last year. The opportunities to see Drew as a collegian. Western Illinois will be playing at UMKC on September 21st and at Lindenwood on October 5th. Nathan Harmon is a freshman midfielder and defender out of Ladue Horton Watkins. He's now at Yale University in the Ivy League. Yale is another program that provided opportunity for playing time. The Bulldogs finished 4-11-1 overall last year and 1-6 in Ivy League play. I'll just let Yale coach Kyle Stannard tell you what he thinks of his recruit from St. Louis. Nate comes from a great background at St. Louis City and Scott Gallagher, where he was coached heavily on both sides of the ball. Nate has played every position in the central and wide midfield positions, as well as a striker. I can also see him competing as an outside back in the future. He is a technical player who wants to attack and play forward first, but also has the mentality to work and compete defensively. Nate is another player who really made his mark by attending one of our ID camps. So there is good opportunity for on the field at Yale for Nathan. Connor Chester is a freshman midfielder out of Lafayette High. He's now at Bradley University in the Missouri Valley Conference. Bradley is another school looking for help from its freshman class. And of course, that spells opportunity. Bradley finished 4-8-4 last year and is 1-5-2 in the Missouri Valley Conference play. Connor's experience at winning will be helpful. During his high school Lancer years, Connor accumulated 38 wins and only 6 losses in Suburban District West Division play. There are 10 midfielders on the roster this fall, with Connor being one of 4 freshmen. Michael Waller is a freshman midfielder out of Lindbergh. He's now at Evansville, which is in the Missouri Valley Conference. Last year, the Purple Aces finished their season with 11 wins, 7 losses, and 3 ties. Included in that were 4 wins, 3 losses, and a tie in Missouri Valley Conference play. Evansville won the conference postseason tournament, earning them an NCAA bid. Fell in the first round 1-2 to the University of Massachusetts. Evansville has an unusually large roster that includes 15 midfielders. Michael is one of 6 freshmen in the midfielder room. Ben Fish is a freshman defender out of Lindbergh High. He's now also at Evansville in the Missouri Valley Conference. Same class, same sport, same high school, and now the same college. Michael Waller and Ben Fish have ventured to Chicago together. Like the midfielders room, the defenders room is also crowded. There are 10 defenders. 4 of those, including Ben, are freshmen. Andrew Johnson is a freshman defender out of Pembroke Hill. He is now at Northwestern University in the Big Ten Conference. The Wildcats finished 3-6-1 in Big Ten Conference play and 9-7-1 overall. There are 6 players in the defenders room. 3 returned from last year with 41 starts between them, while Andrew is one of 3 freshmen who are competing for playing time. Charlie Finn Barrett is a freshman defender out of Rockhurst. He's now at Drake University, which is in the Missouri Valley Conference. The Rockhurst grad is joining a squad that finished 9-5-3 a year ago, including a strong 5-1-2 in Missouri Conference play. Their season ended in the first round of the NCAA tournament with a 1-0 loss to Bowling Green. Charlie is one of 3 freshmen among the 10 players in the defenders room. One of the 7 returning defenders is Charlie's teammate from 4 years ago, Ryder Barrett, who was the 2022 Gatorade Missouri Boys Soccer Player of the Year his last year as a Hawklet. Yes, Charlie Finn and Ryder are brothers. Connor Bayless is a freshman midfielder out of St. Charles. He's now at Eastern Illinois University in the Ohio Valley Conference. Eastern Illinois has a lot of opportunity for incoming freshmen. They finished 2-12-2 overall last season and 1-8-1 in the Ohio Valley Conference play. Connor is one of 4 freshmen in the midfielder room. Of the 5 upperclassmen in that room, 4 are incoming transfers. The lone midfielder with on-field experience appeared in only 10 games last season. That makes it a wide open competition for playing time. We look forward to reporting on Connor's progress. Johnny Petruso is a freshman forward out of St. Dominic High. He's now at the University of Louisville in the Atlantic Coast Conference. The Cardinals went 6-7-4 a season ago with an even 4-4-2 record in Atlantic Coast Conference play. Johnny has an opportunity for immediate impact as he was a Missouri first-team All-State honoree in Class 4. There are only 5 in the Cardinal forward room, with Johnny being one of 2 freshmen. 1 full-time and 1 part-time starter returns at the forward position. Keep an eye on Johnny as the season gets started. Landon Cassidy is a freshman defender out of Westminster Christian Academy. He is now at Eastern Illinois University, which is in the Ohio Valley Conference. Landon is one of 2 Missourians to be a freshman Panther this year. As I noted earlier, Eastern Illinois provides a lot of playing opportunity for the freshmen. Connor Bayless will compete for that time on the offensive side, while Landon will compete on the defensive side. Landon is one of 11 in the defender room and is the only freshman defender. Folks, the Missouri Sports Network studios have been very busy, just like the fields and locker rooms of the high schools and colleges all across America. Guy Newcomb and I have been busy interviewing high school coaches for football and also volleyball. Guy, tell our listeners who we've aired, how to go see those interviews, and how to get notifications of our interviews that are coming up.
Well, the first thing you need to do is sign up to follow us on Twitter at Scoreboard Guy and at @_sport. Also at Missouri @Missouri_sports as well. All the notifications go out there every time that we do a live show with coaches from around the state, many different sports. We've interviewed the head football coach at Mid-Buchanan, Aaron Fritz, tremendous interview, friend of the show. We've talked with Matt Webb at Maryville, a football coach there. You and I got the pleasure of visiting with Lee Summit West volleyball coach Jennifer Morgan A very outstanding program. Very insightful interview as well. We've talked with Glendale High School football coach Frank Tristan, Marshfield High School football coach Cody Bull, and the list goes on, and it will continue to grow and get larger as folks once they get through about a week or 10 days of fall practices where they get more time in their office during once the school day has started. We'll start lining up more, but there's probably 15 or 16 interviews there right now. And also included in that are the Missouri milestones, which we'll be talking about later in the show. There are 13, I believe, 12 or 13 interviews there with young ladies and men who've scored over 1,000 career points in their high school careers. So, hey, like I said at the very beginning of the show, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Go to our Facebook page and give us a like and follow us on Twitter, and you will be the smartest fan in the stands.
Well, and our viewers tell us that those preseason coach interviews are a great part of our coverage at the Missouri high school's sports scene. We'll talk more about that later, but let's get back to finding out where the Missouri athletes are competing this fall. We have covered freshman soccer players at the in-state Missouri D1 schools in past weeks, and we just covered the true freshmen playing at universities outside of Missouri. We also have 6 Missouri graduates who are redshirt freshmen this fall. One might think that if you knew where they headed post-graduation, then you would know where they are, but not so fast. Half of those 6 are embarking on the redshirt freshman year at their second school of their collegiate experience. And here are those 6. Don Bartoni is a redshirt freshman forward out of Christian Brothers. He is now at Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville, which is in the Ohio Valley Conference. That's right, I said Southern Illinois Edwardsville, as in the Cougars. Dom spent his first year at SMU, but now he is back closer to home at Southern Illinois Edwardsville. 2 years ago, the forward was a Missouri Class 4 first-team honoree. SIUE had a good season a year ago, going 12-5-3 overall, including 8-1-1 in conference play. They won the conference championship before bowing out in the first round of the NCAA tournament to Western Michigan. There are 5 in the Cougar forward room. But while Dom doesn't have any on-field experience for SIU, that is pretty much true for the whole room of forwards. They have transferred in from other schools, while the one who was active a year ago from the Cougars only made 2 starts. I think there is a good opportunity here for the Christian Brothers grad. We will be checking in on him as the season progresses. Gavin Netzel is a redshirt freshman. He's a defender out of Liberty High in Wentzville, and he is now at DePaul University in the Big East Conference. Gavin is another Missouri grad who is a redshirt freshman, but not at the school he left to attend from high school. Don't look for him at North Carolina because he has come back to the Midwest to be a Blue Demon. DePaul was 6-8-3 last season overall and 2-4-2 in conference play. There are 7 players in the Blue Demon defender room. All 3 starters returned from last year's team. But there will be competition for those spots as long as DePaul continues to look for more wins. Zach Stanton is a redshirt freshman defender out of Seckman High. He is now at Belmont University in the Missouri Valley Conference. Zach is yet another Missouri grad who is a redshirt freshman, but not at the school he left to attend from high school. That is the case with half of these redshirt freshmen. Stay tuned to Where Are They Now Wednesday to stay up with where our homegrown athletes are competing, and competing very well. Zach left Seckman High as the class of 2024 number 7 ranked player in the Heartland by Top Drawer Soccer. While redshirting, he helped St. Louis University to the Atlantic 10 championship game and to the NCAA tournament. He then took that experience to Belmont University. There is good opportunity with the Bruins as they finished 2024 with 5 wins, 8 losses, and 4 ties. Their Missouri Valley Conference record was 1-5-2. There are 9 players in the defenders room. The Bruins are bolstering their defense via the portal. Zach is one of 3 incoming transfers who are joining 2 incoming freshmen to bolster the Bruin back line. It looks like playing time is available. We will keep you posted. We also have 3 redshirt freshmen who remain where they started their collegiate career coming out of high school. Tyler Sargent is a redshirt freshman midfielder out of Oakville. He's now at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, in the Ohio Valley Conference. Like Don Bartoni, who transferred in to be a Cougar from SMU, Tyler is a redshirt freshman. But Tyler didn't have to get a new jersey. He is one of 6 in the midfielder room, with only one backline starter returning. There is playing time available for the Oakville High product. Brendan Cunningham is a redshirt freshman forward out of St. Louis University High, who is now at Butler University in the Big East Conference. The Bulldogs ended 2024 with 4 wins, 10 losses, and 3 ties. They struggled in Big East Conference play with a 1-7 record. There are 2 starters returning on the front line, which creates opportunities for a combination of freshmen, a transfer, and a player returning after a year-long injury. This is a good time to be a young forward at Butler University. Ben Perkins is a freshman redshirt midfielder out of Vianney High, who is now at Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville, which is also in the Ohio Valley Conference. As I have noted, Southern Illinois at Edwardsville is following up a good season by bolstering their line with Missouri talent. Like Tyler Sargent, Ben is a redshirt freshman after spending his first year learning the Cougar system. There are 8 in this year's midfielders room. The 2 redshirt freshmen from Missouri joined Carson Gibbs, a 2022 grad of Fort Zumwalt South, who transferred a year earlier from St. Louis University. The 3 Missourians share the midfielder room with 2 returning starters, but I think it is clear that playing time is available in Edwardsville. We just answered the question, where are they now, for 14 2025 Missouri graduates who are competing in Division I men's soccer out of state. We also provided the more difficult answer of where 6 2024 Missouri grads are playing Division I men's soccer when it is a college other than the one where they started last year. Our athletes move on from high school. As we maintain our busy lives, we tend to forget about them. And when they move on, some continue to move. It can be impossible to know where they are. That is why we created this podcast, so you can know where the Missouri talent you appreciated in the past is now performing coast to coast. Where are the rosters these men populate? The new arrivals are at schools such as DePaul, Louisville, Creighton, Pittsburgh, and Bradley University. And to show it's not just about athletics alone, Missourians have also arrived at Northwestern University and Yale. And we have taken on the role of delivering all of that to you. So please follow me on X at @playing_sports and follow Guy Newcomb on X at Scoreboard Guy, and you won't miss anything. In prior weeks, we have spent time locating the Missouri talent playing Division I women's soccer. And yes, more time than we have spent on men's soccer. Why? Well, there are many more Missourians playing on into women's soccer than into men's soccer. Is that because our high school girls play better soccer than the boys? Well, I don't know about that. I suspect not. I don't have any information that would indicate if the boys or the girls play better soccer. But I do know what makes all the difference in the world when it comes to counting how many are playing on into Division I. It's opportunity, just pure opportunity. There are 365 Division I schools that offer women's soccer, while there are only 205 Division I schools that offer men's soccer. The difference is only slightly more even in Division II. It's hard enough to gain a roster spot on a Division I roster, and it's impossible if the roster doesn't exist. So we will spend some time, more time tracking where our Missouri talent is competing in college. Let's get back to true freshmen competing in Division I women's soccer outside the state of Missouri. One familiar name sticks out. I grew up in northern Kansas, just 60 miles south of Lincoln, Nebraska. There was no way for me not to be familiar with the Huskers and everything Husker. Everything was red when I was growing up on TV. That's where our sole TV station came from. And they used to have an extraordinary tradition in football. Back in the day, there was a standout football player among their other standout football players. Keep that in mind as we get started with women's soccer. Charlie Wistrom is a freshman forward out of Glendale High who is now at the University of Nebraska, which is in the Big Ten Conference. The Huskers are coming off of a 2024 season where they finished 3-7-1 in the Big Ten Conference play and 6-10-1 overall. Charlie is one of 7 Huskers in the forward room. Like Charlie, 3 of the others are true freshmen. The other 3, one is a redshirt freshman, one is an incoming transfer, and one has the only field experience, and that totals fewer than 300 minutes last year. That is a situation that will form right up to the first game and will keep our attention into the season. I sense early playing time for this Missourian. I mentioned football, didn't I? Charlie Wistrom. Yes, that Wistrom. Her father is Grant Wistrom, a 1993 graduate of Webb City High. How did Nebraska do the next 4 years? 49 wins, 2 losses, and 3 national championships. Think that through. He played twice as many years as the number of accumulated losses during his collegiate career. He also has more national championships than losses as a collegiate. He was a 2-time Consensus All-American and a Lombardi Award winner. He then went on into the NFL to play in St. Louis and in Seattle. Grant remains one of the few in America to have played on a state championship football team, 1992-1993, a college championship football team, 1994, 1995, and 1997, and an NFL championship team in 1999. That is winning the highest title available at 3 levels 6 times in less than a decade. Those are good genes all Missourians can support. As I said, Grant Wistrom is one of the few athletes to win football championships at the high school, college, and pro levels. I say few, but I don't know of anyone else who has done that. If anyone knows of anyone anywhere to have done that, won a state football championship, a college football championship, and an NFL Super Bowl, please let me know at plainonsports@gmail.com. As we wrap up today, I want to remind everyone of our Missouri Milestones project. We are midway through the building of what are already the longest, most detailed, and most extensive list of Missouri high school boys and girls who have scored 1,000 or more career points. Those lists have become so popular that we have added 3 lists for football and 5 lists for both girls and boys volleyball. It's easy to have access to our lists. All you have to do is to follow me, Kent Mueller, on X at @plain_sports, and by following Guy Newcomb on X at Scoreboard Guy. When you do that, you will get frequent updated lists and much more information. As I said, these lists have proved to be very popular, so much so we have added to our schedule Missouri Milestones, the podcast. That airs every Thursday at 8 a.m. Tomorrow will be our 13th episode. What do we do in that podcast? Yes, we touch on what is happening with the Missouri Milestone list, but the feature is an interview with some Missourian who is on one of our lists. It could be a current student who has crossed that threshold with more high school time left. Others competed in prior years, from recently to back as far as the early 60s. Each one of those interviews is the story of a Missouri athlete who has earned his or her way onto our permanent Missouri Milestone list. In tomorrow's episode, Guy Newcomb and I sit down with Lauren Aldridge for a fun discussion. Lauren is a 2014 graduate of Marshfield High who accumulated 1,751 points in her basketball career. Lauren has the unusual distinction of competing very successfully for both the Kansas Jayhawks and the Missouri Tigers. Lauren's 3 years at Missouri overlapped with those of one of the most recognizable names in the WNBA today, Sophie Cunningham. If you don't know Lauren, you will want to get to know her by watching our podcast. And again, you can get notifications of every podcast and other great content by following me, Kent Mueller, on X at @plain_sports, and by following Guy Newcomb on X at Scoreboard Guy. Guy, that was a great time we spent with Lauren.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and as I enter my 19th year of covering high school sports, just beginning in Southwest Missouri. Obviously, she was one I heard about all the time. And, so many times you get coaches or you get parents, you get folks reaching out to you. So you've got to come watch this player play. They are the real deal. And more often than not, the juice really wasn't worth the squeeze. But that was not the occasion with Lauren Aldrich. And she proved that at the next level. And she continues to do great things. So if you're in Northwest Arkansas, you better stay below the speed limit, because she is now the assistant prosecuting attorney there in Northwest Arkansas. Her husband is a professional tennis player, and they just celebrated the birth of their child here right before the interview, who was in the background. He has very kind words to say about Sophie Cunningham and their time that they've spent together, about her high school time and her time in Kansas and the coaches that affected her and her career. So it was great to catch up with her. Hadn't seen her or talked to her in probably a decade, but got to sit down with her, and I greatly appreciated her time. And I know, Kent, you did too, that she did get to hear those stories. So, hey, tune in tomorrow, 8 a.m. for Missouri Milestones, the podcast. And I hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed the interview ourselves. And with that, we will bid you a good morning. It is Wednesday, and it's Where Are They Now Wednesdays on the Missouri Sports Network. And as always, keep it right here, and you'll be the smartest